Hey guys, welcome back to today's tutorial. We're going to be talking about how to install Google Ads conversion tracking on your website. So if you're planning on sending any Google Ads traffic to your site, we need to install some pixels on that site to make sure that we track the behavior of those users and track all the conversions coming from those ads, so we know exactly what our cost per lead is and how those ads are actually performing. All right, so now the prerequisites to this video are going to be that, number one, first of all, watch the video, the first video in the series on how to install Google Tag Manager on your site. Number two, watch the video on Google Analytics that comes right before this. And number three, you're going to make sure that you have a Google Ads account. If you don't have a Google Ads account, just go to ads.google.com, create an account. And once you're into your account, what you want to do is go to Tools and Settings, Access and Security. By the way, if you don't see this in your account, sometimes when you first create a Google Ads account, they put you in like basically a stripped down account that doesn't give you all the tools. Just reach out to Google support and ask them to unlock the full version of Google Ads. It's a really common problem that really hamstrings your ability to actually do work in Google Ads. But come in here, click Tools and Settings, then click Conversions. That'll take you to this page. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to get started setting up our first conversions. So the first one that we're going to set up is going to be just a website lead form conversion. So we're going to click here. We're going to say category is going to be submit lead form, and we're going to call this just lead form submission. And I'm not going to assign a value. For like an e-commerce site and we knew exactly how much money we're making or what the sale amount was, that would be really useful, but we don't really know. If you know how much a lead is worth to your business, you plug in a value here. If you don't, just leave that. And we're going to do 30-day one, yes, last click, that's all good. Click create and continue. Oh, this one we're using on that one. Lead forms, I'll just say Investorlift landing page. I'll just do Investorlift lead form. I don't want to make it too long. So we'll create and continue. Then we're going to choose this option here, install with Google Tag Manager. And the cool thing is, if once we have Google Tag Manager, like all this stuff is so easy to do. Just click new tag, Google Ads. Watch how easy this is. Lead form submission. And then we're going to click on here, and we're going to come down, and we already have a pre-built tag here. All we got to do is copy paste that conversion ID, conversion label, come back over here, paste that there, trigger this on new lead, go ahead and click save. Boom. We now have lead form conversion tracking. It was that easy. Okay, now we're also going to want to track phone calls. Okay, so what we're going to do for that is we're going to set up a new one. Actually, let's set up in here first. Finish this. And we're going to go click plus, phone calls. We're going to click this one here, calls to a phone number on your website. Okay. Now, how this works is if someone clicks on your ad, it's going to take that phone number in the top right-hand corner of your website and temporarily swap it out with one of Google's pool of numbers. Okay. And when that phone number gets assigned for a temporary period of time, even if someone like just dials it on their phone, Google's going to know that, hey, the only place that phone number is showing is on that website. So we know that call came off of that landing page. Okay. So that's how they track the conversions there. It's pretty cool. And now that phone number swap is not going to happen if you don't come over the page. I see a lot of people, they'll install us and they'll like be refreshing their page over and over. Why isn't my phone number swapping? Well, it's not going to swap unless you click on one of your own ads. They can't really copy off of here. I don't think you can. Let's see if you can. No, you can't really copy off there. So I usually go view source, or the other place you can do it is just come in here, just grab your phone number, your acquisition settings phone number. It's got to be exactly formatted, exactly the same. If you make a typo or you have a space when they're not supposed to be a space or whatever, it's going to mess the whole thing up. Now here for call link. So this is when that trigger is actually going to fire. This call conversion is going to fire after this many seconds. I usually put 30 seconds because I think that's good enough. And then I'm going to click create and continue. And we'll go ahead and install this in Google Tag Manager. I have the phone number copied. So what I'm going to do is come in here. I'm going to say Google Ads phone. I'm actually going to call this phone number swap because it's actually not a conversion. The conversion doesn't fire until someone calls the number from the phone number swap, stays on the phone for 3 seconds, then that's actually what fires it. So I'm not going to put trigger, I'm not going to put conversion there because sometimes it confuses people. So don't use this one. What you're going to do is there's actually a custom one down here specifically made for phone calls. We're going to click on that one there. Google Ads calls from website conversion. Paste in the phone number exactly how it is on your website. Keep in mind, if you ever change that phone number on your website, you're going to have to swap it out here. And you're also going to have to swap it out in here, set up a new conversion for that new phone number. Okay. It only takes a second to do, but just go ahead and make sure you do that if you ever switch your phone number. Pop in your conversion ID, your conversion label. Go ahead and click save. Oh, we're going to add a trigger. Stupid me. So this one, we want this swap to run on all pages. So we're going to select all pages. A lot of people might make the mistake of having it fire just on phone click, but that would be a mistake. The phone swap would never actually happen. There's one more. So most people think they're done after those two. The one that people miss out on is if you go back under phone calls, clicks to your number from your mobile website. And this one, people miss out on this one all the time. I don't know what the technicalities are of why this one's separate. I think it has something to do with the fact, like on a mobile phone, you might click on that number, not necessarily like dial that number or anything. You might call through FaceTime or Skype or Google Hangouts or whatever. And I think maybe with telecom carriers or whatever, maybe somehow that doesn't get tracked properly with Google's technology. So they have a separate conversion specifically for mobile clicks. So I'm going to do don't use 30 days 111. That's all good. And we're going to do install. And this time what we're going to do, we'll call this Google Ads phone number clicks. And tag configuration is going to be, now we're going to use this first tag, put in our conversion ID, grab our conversion label, click next, done, pop in our conversion label there. Now on this trigger, now we're going to use that phone number click trigger that we set up earlier. Go ahead and click save and submit. And we're going to call this Google Ads setup complete. Oh, you know what? We need one more. There's one more. I always forget this one. People always forget this one. Most people think they're done there, but this actually won't work unless we add another tag. And it's called Google Ads conversion linker. I used to know exactly the technical jargon of why you need this, but to be honest, I forget. I just know that you need to have this. Otherwise, nothing will work. So make sure if you're doing a Google Ads tag, you have to have the Google Ads conversion linker tag added. Something with cookies and whatever, but I don't know. Just plug it in there. Make sure it's firing all pages. Click save. And now we can go and submit. Actually, before we submit, let me show you how to test this. So the setup is now complete. Google Ads is completely set up now on your page. But to make it active, we're going to have to click submit. But what is a good practice, especially when you're doing setups like this where they involve conversion tracking on an account where you might be spending hundreds of dollars per lead? It's usually a good idea to test. So the cool thing is Google has a free test tool. It's Google Preview, and this conversion blocker might block it. Let's just try. Let's click preview here. And we'll put in this website, click connect. So this opens up a test window. So it's saying connect. I need to whitelist this. So the problem is I don't know how this tech works. So I have this cookie blocker that's actually blocking it from working. I'll go ahead and apply changes there. And let's refresh this. Yeah, keep in mind there are some pop-up blockers and cookie blockers that will prevent this tool from working. But here we can see, so it loads it up at a preview version of your site. And what on this other tab, this shows you all the tags that fired and did not fire. So up here we see our Google Analytics fired, all pages, that's good. Our Google Ads phone number swap fired, that's great. And then our Google Ads conversion linker fired as well. Then we have not fired, new lead, phone number click, lead form submission, Google Ads phone number clicks. Now watch what happens. Let's do a split screen here. So I'm going to take this, I'll put this over here and watch what happens when I click on this phone number. Boom. You guys see that? my phone number click tags just fired. So that's perfect. That's working well. And then let's just go and put in a random address. Click, yeah, that's right. And put in some random stuff. And click get my offer. And boom, you see our conversions just fired. Okay, so that's how we know that this install is completely set up correctly. And all the variables are firing. These conversions, they might take up to 24 hours to show up in your Google Ads account. In analytics under real time here, you'll probably see them popping through right away under events. So you can see a new lead, phone number click, those are coming through right away. You can see there's me hitting the site right there. So Google Analytics real time will show up right away. The regular normal will also take 24 hours. But in Google Ads, it might take some time. And keep in mind, it only gets tracked if they click on a Google lead first. So if you're just testing this and you click on it, it's not going to track that, which is exactly what you want. You wouldn't want it to be tracked. So that's it. We just set up Google Ads conversion tracking. A lot of people think this is super intimidating to do. It's really just that easy. It's not really rocket science. So hope you enjoyed that video. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about how to do the exact same thing with Facebook and the Facebook pixel. And I'm telling you, that one is even easier. That one takes about 30 seconds to do. So we will see you in the next video where we talk about Facebook and installing the Facebook pixel. We'll see you then.